Hey, check out that guy in the orange shirt. You missed him. He's right over here. Go a little bit further. See that? I wonder if he wants to go to work. Okay, it's Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. The Derailment Division of East Terminal Railway is on the way to solve a derailment. We got to hurry because we told them what time we'd be there. We just kind of wanted to go over the rig. It's just Graham and I today. We got a list of people we call. Couldn't get anybody else to go with us. So I generally like to send Graham and someone. I kind of hang back in case they need me, kind of taking the training wheels off, but today we're both going. This is our rig. This is the 550 with the Cummins in it. Let me show you what we take on a derailment. This to me looks awful, but we're in a hurry. This is our cribbing, got a lot of different sizes of cribbing. This box over here has got a job box in it that we take on door repair. So it's got come-alongs, porta-power, torch stuff. Here's the re-railing trailer. This is where the real work gets done. This hydraulic unit has got these big 150-ton jacks. So we picked the car up. We picked the car up, put this beam underneath it, put the weight down on this, and then shove this back to the center line. So if we can, we're going to video some of this while we're there. Plants are real funny about video and within their gate, so we may or may not, but we're just going to update you. We're going to send this out tonight. It's as if you were with us, back in the saddle again. Okay, so we're on the way to the derailment, and I am being safe. I'm not reading cards. That's the last time I'm going to look at the camera. I am drinking coffee, but if you don't like that, you don't like Brian. So this is one end of one car. We think it's both axles. We generally have people send us a picture of what's gone wrong, because that way we just mentally prepare for it. And this is not very far off the tracks, but they can't get it back on, so a derailment's a derailment. So when we get there, we'll get some snapshots for you. The 5.9 Cummins, that's a Cummins and a Ford, running good. We're rolling some coal for sure. Got a little bit of a load on here, but man, is this a beautiful time. I looked at the camera. Man, is this a beautiful time of year. Trees are budding, flowers are blooming, birds and bees are out. So we will shoot some more when we get there. Thanks for coming along. So we're at the plant. This is a glass plant. Haven't quite seen the car yet, but we're going to walk right up to it. We're going to put our magical car lifting capacity to test here and have this car back on. Right now it's about 2:45, so we'll actually do an elapsed time on how long it takes us to get in a plant. It's pretty cool. At the front gate, they've got this detector that takes your temperature without them touching you or looking at you. The camera looks at you and does some kind of infrared. Whole new world. A whole new world. Okay, we're gonna go see the car. See you in a little bit. So we're underneath the car. This is the flangeway where the wheel should be right here, but if you look right up there, it's still on the rail, just the rail's this way 4 inches more than it should be. So we can pull this rail back together, but all this needs dug out. That's the right solution, is to see, look all the way back to that joint right there. This whole thing is moved.
So I am back at the East Terminal Railway from that job. We needed gauge rods, specifically the push-pull. So this type of gauge rod, you can push the rail out with it and pull the rail in with it, and we need this on this job. So I got the big old 48-inch pipe wrench, mainly because I'm an idiot and it's the only one I have with me right now. So this is not fun to use. It's not fun to use. It's 48 inches long and it's heavy, and I can only move it one turn at a time. So hope Dad is doing well at the rail job. Rail job, re-rail.
Breaker, breaker. Breaker, breaker. Okay, so I'm ready for a break. Look what I did while Graham was off getting gauge rods and stuff. And by the way, we got permission to film in here If you recognize what plant this is, please don't put it in the notes below. Companies are really weird about that. We're doing this so you can see what goes on in situations like this, not so you can say, I know what plant that is and here's what it is, or any other. Let's not get anybody in trouble here. So when we came on this, we didn't realize that this rail had rolled and that the gauge was like 60 inches. So we've got these slots dug for the gauge rods. So this rail here is rolled on its side. Look at that. So this one's still on, but that one's moved 4 inches or so. So we're going to put gauge rods down in here. We'll pull it together with big foundry hooks and see if we can get this held together just enough for them to get the car over. The main repair to this rail area won't be done till Friday, so this is a temporary thing. Now, we thought we'd be gone by now, but it turns out that maybe we'll be here overnight as they move these cars through here and get them unloaded. A big plant like this doesn't keep material around for a week. It's usually just in time, or it's in the cars. There's not enough room in the silo. Let's look up beside here. This point right here, we're not putting a gauge rod in, but we'll pull the rail together. And this is another spot for a gauge rod right here. So I dug all that. Tip up a little bit. There you go. This is all dug and ready for these guys to put in. I'm going to take a little break and we'll see how fast we can get these cars moving. Okay, so what we've done here is we've got these gauge rods in place, but the rail is rolled too bad to put them in. So we're going to try and pull the rail together with these ratchet binders. Now that would be impossible with that car sitting on it, but what we're going to do is pick the car up. As the car comes up, we're pretty confident that this wheel is going to come over, and then we'll set it down maybe on this rail to hold this rail in place while we pull this one over. So that's just about to start here momentarily. These jacks are rated at, I think, 150 ton each. This is a 286 car, fully loaded. So this is some heavy stuff. Sun's gone down, but we got pretty good lighting. We'll be back to you soon. Okay, so we're ready to start going up. I'm going to be directing Graham. We're going to see if that truck doesn't swing over and land where it should. Here we go. Come on, Black. Okay, hold. Okay, there we go. See the car going up?
here for just a minute to tighten the chains that we have on the rail, a lot like the first one you see. Okay, let's go up on grab a little. Okay, hold. Let's go red a little. So by picking up the car, we we got the tension up off the rail, so now we're able to pull the rail back together. That's what Brian and Isaac are doing. You've seen Isaac before in the employee interview. Alright, I'm going to jump in here before I get accused of being lazy. Can you tighten up the one in back? Alright, so this is kind of a long-awaited thing, but rallies, it's finally time. Me and Dad talked about getting rallies when we did the boxcar door job, and y'all roasted him for reading while driving. We have solved that problem. He won't do it again, we promise. It is currently 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. So you're going to get a review on rallies, but it's going to be a very hungry and, what am I trying to say? It's going to be a very, we are biased. We are going to be biased about this because we're really hungry. It's time for me to pull up an order, so I'll be back with y'all in a bit. Okay, so we're back at the plant. We got the rallies, which, I'll be honest, through the camera, it doesn't look super great, but it is pretty good right now. Here's Isaac. What do you think of it? Bad time. All right, I'll go back to me. The meat is cold this time, but other than that, it's still very good. And I didn't get the right sandwich, but I also don't care because it's $120. Here he is.
Yeah, mine's great. I haven't had rallies before. I've had Hardee's, but rallies, I think, might edge them out a little bit in my book. But the bacon really sells it. My meat's still warm, so that's a plus. But the bun is quality too.
Yeah, the bun is it's not like McDonald's bun that falls apart. Or, I love Skyline, but when you get the coney dog from there, it shrinks in your hand and turns to almost powder. Not powder, but dust. It just disintegrates.
Agreed.
Dad got a deep sea double, which turned to be a deep sea single. I bet he's enjoying it. He always does.
Okay, so it's 3:30 in the morning. We've got the last car being unloaded. Here's where we put foundry hooks to pull the tracks together. And then here's where we put gauge rods in. There's where we use the porta power to help keep the rail upright. There's how far out of gauge it is. But we are on the last hopper. Probably get home 5:30ish, 6 o'clock. Chickens will be crowing. But this is how you get her done. How you re-rail America. Talk to you on the way home. Goodbye.